Entitled mother calls the police on me for breaking into my own house. So unfortunately, this story is incredibly true. This happened about 2 weeks ago. So let's begin. I'd just finished a morning shift at work. I look after adults with special needs, and I had to run a few errands before going home. I live in a small town, and the local high street is a minute walk from my house. As I was grabbing some shopping from a shop, I noticed a woman and her kids staring me down. I got to the checkout and and behold, Karen and her crotch goblin are in the line behind me. I only had a few bits, as did she. But she was stood there the whole time, tutting and sighing heavily. I finally had all my bits scanned and I paid and was on my way home. I stopped to chat to a friend, and of course Karen and her kids saw me. I carried on walking back to my house, and I could tell they were following me. Now, right next to my house is a big car park that most people park in when they go shopping on the high street. I just assumed they must have been going back to their car or something. But not was I wrong. Now, for those of you that don't know, when you have a door with keys already in the lock on the inside, you can't unlock it from the outside. It just so happened my mom had left her keys in the door and I couldn't unlock it. I went around to my back gate and tried the back door, but yet again the keys were in on the inside, and I couldn't get a hold of my mom. So I went back to the front door. I noticed the whole time Karen was watching me and was on her phone. I was stood for around 10 minutes, trying to push my key in at a certain angle to push my mom's keys out so I could get in. All of a sudden, a police car rolls up next to Karen and her stale ham sandwich of a child. I thought nothing of it and continued to try and get into my house, when all of a sudden I hear Karen screech that's her officer. She is the one who has been trying to break into my house and had been threatening my poor baby. I turn around to see her pointing directly at Emmy. So at this post, I'm think what the actual fuyu lady. So the police officer comes over to talk to me, and I explain the situation and my neighbor appears. She listens in, and all in the meantime, you can hear Karen consoling her baby and telling it, "Don't worry, baby. The nice police officer will get us our house back." The police officer continues to question me when, thank the heavens above, my neighbor pops up and tells the office that I do in fact live in the house. Well, that sure set Karen off. She's lying. She just doesn't like my son because he is better than her son at school and gets better grades. She doesn't want us to live there anymore, so she wants to let some homeless girl break into my house. At this point, I wouldn't have been at all shocked if she started to stamp her feet and throw a tantrum. The police office finally decided the only way to tell was to run my name and Karen's name through the system. Thank the Lord, at that moment my mom had seen my horde of text messages, and she finally came to the door. As soon as Karen saw my mom walk out the door, she turned pale, told the officer she got the wrong house, and grabbed her child and hurried off. Turns out my mom knew Karen and her son attends the school that my mom works at. He is a little cheeky and has incredibly bad grades and attendance. He is a massive bully, and him and his mother are the most entitled duo to be seen. I feel sorry for the kid's poor dad, who I have been told is a lovely bloke. Thanks to the fact that my mom works in a local school in the main reception, I have made more entitled stories from my mom to post as and when I can. Hope you all enjoyed my unforgettable experience with Karen Kind. How would you handle being falsely accused of a crime and publicly shamed, as described in the story? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching the video and see you next time.